It's a business that is not just selling and sponsoring. This is your own business, but your downline, they are not working for you. So sometimes the challenge is how to get your downline to move, how to get your downline to sell, and how to get your downline to sponsor. I think this is a real challenge. To me, sponsoring is not that difficult. You see my point?
Yes.
I'm sure many of you have sponsored many ABOs already, but ask yourself this question: how many of them are doing the business? Right? Okay. So ask yourself this question: how many of your downline are attending meetings? So this is very important topic that about leadership. In other words, you have to learn to be a leader, not a boss, to be a leader, because your people are not working for you, so you do not pay them salary. If you are the boss, I think it's very easy for your employees to follow you. I'm sure if you can get your employees to to be in the office at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock or whatever time, because they have no choice. They need your salary. But you are not paying them any money.
Right.
All right, so sometimes this business, I think it can be very challenging because it's not so much about selling and sponsoring. It's really is how to become a leader. A leader, someone that your people respect you, and your people want to follow you. And you got to understand that respect has to be earned. You cannot demand respect. So you cannot say, hey, you are my downline. So it's not leader, for example, I don't care whether you are platinum or 6%er or 9%er, you have some followers, you have some downline. So as a this is not position. It's not a title. You are a supervisor, manager of a company, you have the title. So the people working for the company may have to really listen to you. But in Amway, it's not a title, it's not a position. So in other words, you have to really learn, how to earn your downline's respect and how to become a good leader. I want to share with you a concept. Now, trust me, if you follow and attend my training regularly, because over the years, start from the very beginning when I learned from my upline, Dr. Jerry, he talked a lot about leadership, okay? And right from the very beginning, I tried to understand what do you mean by leadership. So in the first place, you have to understand, or you have to perceive the idea that you are a leader. Have you ever thought of that?
Yes.
Very important concept. You have to perceive the idea. You are a leader. But even though you may understand that, you perceive this idea that you are a leader, are you acting like a leader? Are you learning to be a leader? A lot of people don't understand this concept. So from the very beginning, I spent a lot of my time to study this concept. So how to become a good leader, and how I can help to develop my downline to become a leader. There are a lot of Amway ABO. They can sponsor much more people than myself. They can sell much more products than myself. I don't sell a lot of products. I don't sponsor a lot of people. In fact, I only sponsor 20 and I achieve diamondship. Only 20. Wow. I become diamond direct distributors. And not just that, you know that I have very big organization, whether Malaysia or Taiwan or China or Thailand. I have helped to develop a lot of leaders. This is one of the reasons why I have good business, why I'm achieving success in the Amway world. I do not know how many platinum I have in my organization. Really, I really do not know. During the early days, to qualify 21% is big thing. To achieve platinum is big thing. But today I think I do not know, probably more than 1,000
More than that.
Platinum?
More than
More than let me see. I think I have more than 1,000 diamond already, stewardess. And I'm very confident that in Philippines, because the potential is very big. Okay, I'm very confident that many of you will be diamond or even more successful than a diamond. But in the first place, I want you to understand that you have to learn to be a leader first. So this is a very important topic for tonight. ALOV. I want you to remember ALOV, this concept, because we are in the business not for short term. We're in the business for long term. We want to build a business that can continue to grow. There's a word called build to last. Okay? So if your business is solid and strong, it can last for a long, long time. And then you can even, stop working and you can continue your business can continue to grow. And not only that, because it's so strong, that you can even pass the business to your children. And this is what we want, isn't it?
Yes.
Agree?
Yes.
All right, then you got to understand what do you mean by ALOV. A stands for attitude, L stands for leadership, O stands for organization, V stands for volume. In the first place, all of you are 6% and above. So all of you has got volume, at least 6% volume. Some of you have bigger volume than 6%. Some of you got 9%. Some of you got 12%. But important thing is, now volume, without volume, I mean, you can talk a lot different kinds of theories, how to become successful. But you got to have volume, because this is a business. And we pay bonuses based on volume. Alright? So every one of us, we have got to produce volume. And that's very good. Congratulations, all of you, you have achieved 6%. Now, I'm going to conduct this kind of training every time when I come to Philippines. And I will only interested in helping people who are serious about being in the business. So in other words, if you wanted to come back and attend my next leadership training, you has got to be at least 6%. You has got to requalify 6%. All right? Logan, if your downline, because you are internet sponsors, if your downline are not requalified, you cannot come for this meeting anymore, because you are no longer deserve, to be here. In other words, all of you, because I don't want to train people who are not serious. What's the point of I keep training, and then you never grow? 6% actually very easy one. This is, in China, a lot of the time people want to attend might have got to be diamond and above.
Yes.
So you are 6%, I already starting to train you. Right. But sometimes don't think that is forever like that. So maybe the next meeting, I want you to requalify 6%. But after that, I want you to grow. I don't want you to stay at 6%. What is the point? You keep staying at 6%. You got to move up to 9%, and then 12%, and then 15%, and eventually 21%, and then become platinum. This is the purpose of this training. Okay? So next meeting will be May, and all of you, for the first time, I make it very easy. You need to re-qualify 6% by next 2 months. So if you qualify in the month of April, I'm not talking about March, April, if you re-qualify 6%, you're welcome to attend my training. And of course, I want to encourage you to bring your downline to attend the meeting, because I want to help you to grow. So in fact, it's very easy. If your downline 6%, of course you are 6%.
Yeah.
Right? And to really grow 6%, I don't think it's that difficult. But this is just the beginning, okay? Because after that, then I want you to grow and move up to 9%. Let's come back to ALOV, volume. You need to have volume, 6%, and consistent volume. And that is the reason I stress the point that you need to requalify. Because what is the point of one shot only? This month 6%, the next month drop to 3%. Okay, all of you, remember, all of you has got to re-qualify 6%, at least. I'm talking about at least 6%. So this is, we call it volume. And you know how to achieve this volume, because you sell the products, and then this afternoon I share some of the concept about selling. So I hope you understand some of the principle and then help you to sell more so that you can keep producing good volume. Remember, consistent volume. Volume that is sustainable, volume that even without your effort, you can still have 6% volume. So how to do that? For example, if some of you who can personally retail, of course you can have 6% volume. That's not a big deal. I think there are people who can sell more than 6%. Judy, I'm sure you can personally sell more than 6% a month, right? Ron, I'm sure if you really want, you can personally produce 6% in a month. It's not a big deal. But I think it's even better if you can help to build an organization. O stands for an organization. So in other words, the volume 6% or 9% is not just produced by your personal sales, collectively by your downline, including your personal sales or your personal volume. So organization is very important, because without organization, nobody can continuously sell 6% every month. You can continue sell for maybe 3 months, 6% for every month. You may produce 6% for 3 months or 6 months or even a year, but can you keep producing 6% for 10 years? Very hard, isn't it? Right? So that is the reason why it is very important that you learn to build an organization. So how to achieve 6%? There are a couple of ways. Number one is you personally sell 6%. Number two is, you, let's say, has got 2 or 3%, right? If you got, 2 or 3%, personally, if you still maintain personal consumption and personal sales 3%, and you will have at least 6%. And this is solid 6%. That one every month you can qualify if you can have this kind of organization, that you personally have 3% personal consumption plus some sales. Personal consumption is very important. Plus, you have got 3 active downline, and they are 3%. The reason why I put down 3% is easier for you to understand and easier for you to achieve. Frankly speaking, if you sponsor people, the right people, just one person already is 9%. Okay, and especially when the business in Philippines, started to grow and grow fast, you will probably, find achieving 9-12% is just easy, very easy. Because by the time business in Philippines started to really grow, you will attract a lot of people coming to the business. Okay, this is just the beginning only. We begin to feel the momentum, but haven't really starting yet. Just wait for another few more months, when the market really, not say explosive, but really getting hotter and hotter. More people are successful, more success stories, more people set the example. We attract a lot of people, who will be very interested in the MBA business. Hey, so-and-so is successful, so-and-so is doing the MBA business. Like Malaysia, Yvonne just sharing with me that one of my downline, Dr. Aziz downline, is a very successful heart surgeon. I mean, you probably find difficult to find a very successful, famous heart surgeon successful in the MBA business. But one day we will have somebody like that, very successful, business, owner, or maybe a CEO of a company, or maybe like what I said just now, a heart surgeon or whoever, a very famous figure in the society in the MBA, that attract a lot of other people, because we call it, this is success, great success. The business is successful. And when we have the MBA brand, word spreads, I tell you. More people will be attracted to the MBA business because these people set the example. Of course, initially we have to set example. We have to, move the market. A little bit difficult, a little bit challenging, but this is the best time. All right? So, right now, maybe, just a few 3%, which is easier for you to achieve. All of you can have achieve. But make sure that you have 3 active downline. I talked to Broderick just now. You know, I asked him, he said, how many percent you have achieved? He said, 9%. I said, hey, you got to go for 12%. He said, January I qualified 12%. I said, good, fantastic. January you qualified 12%, but February it dropped to 9%. In other words, not consistent. You see my point? So what I want you to achieve is, if you move up to 9%, you stay at 9%, and then when you are ready, you move up to 12%. That should be the way. I don't want you to achieve, one time 12%, and then the next time you drop back to 9% or even drop to 6%. Ron, at one time, I think your volume move up to how many people you can help. But how to help? That's the key word. When you sponsor, you sponsor many, I know many. Nancy also, I'm sure. You have sponsored many. But how many of them that you can help? When I talk help, remember to work in that. We call it help. First thing is, of course, you help him to believe in the business. If he doesn't believe, he will not stay. And it's not easy. So what I want you to learn today is, when you sponsor someone, don't quickly, go and sponsor the second one. Because that's your responsibility when you sponsor someone. You want to help him to sponsor another one. But if this person sponsored by you doesn't have the belief, okay, there's no way he can sponsor one. That is very important. So, can anyone even share with me how to help your downline to believe? It's important. Come on. Otherwise, you're wasting your time to sponsor people. Don't sponsor people if you cannot help your downline to believe. So, how to help your downline to believe? Judy? Ask him what he wants is only, maybe this is just to build his dream. I'm talking about to help him to build his belief, not to help him to dream, which is important. Of course, this is something very important, that if he has got no dream, he has got no desire, he is not motivated, he will not sponsor people. This is also important. But I'm sure when he signed up, he has probably got a reason for signing up. Maybe he had, because of certain reason he signed up. Maybe he want to, make extra money, or maybe he want to, achieve certain things. That's why he signed up. That is not that difficult compared to helping him to believe. So what do you think is really important that you can help him to believe? Product? Yes, products. I think this is really important. Products. Okay? And so learning to demonstrate product is, of course, is very important. Seeing is believing. But I will like you to focus more on the neutral line. Remember, I stress a lot of the importance of using the product, learn about neutral line and sell the neutral line, especially the Happy Meal. Okay, because I didn't have time to have my lunch this afternoon. I just take the Happy Meal. Okay, and now China have came up with a soup called corn soup. Corn soup, very tasty. It's mixed with the protein powder, body key, blah 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 blah. So it's a meal. Corn soup is very nice. Very very tasty. I just add hot water, drink one whole meal. Rather than you go outside and eat Kentucky Fried Chicken or hamburger, right? And very tasty. And I think probably one day we're going to have this corn soup in Philippines, and maybe mushroom soup.
Wow.
Maybe tomato soup, you know, and very nutritionist and very this. So I tell you, that's why I said this potential is really fantastic. But you have to learn first, you know, the Happy Meal. What's so special about our Happy Meal? What do you mean by organic farm? What do you mean by balanced diet and things like that? Very important. So now it's through products, you can help your downline to gain belief in the business. So without believing in the products, I mean, you can talk a lot about dreams, about success, about, you know, trips, about bonuses. I don't think you're doing the right thing to help your downline. So people get excited because of the dreams. You talk so much about dreams, you talk so much about people get excited, but he has got no belief. And the moment he go out and try to sell and sponsor, he got rejected, get hurt, right? Got disappointed and give up the business. And then you wasted a downline. And then you got to sponsor the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. And that is the reason why many of you have sponsored so many downline. But maybe some of you who are still new, you do not understand this concept yet because you haven't sponsored a lot of people. But for those who are in the business long in time, like Tita, you know, I'm sure you sponsor a lot of people already, right? Tita, look at me, yeah, right? You sponsor a lot of people, okay? Adeline also, you sponsor lots of people. But how many of the people sponsored by you has got the belief in the products? It's your fault. You are not doing the right thing. You only, think of, oh, I'm happy I sponsored one. Then quickly I'm going to sponsor the next one. And next one, and next one. Yes, you can do that. You can continue to do that. You can sponsor another 10 or 20. Will not help you to become successful in the MBA business. So every time when you sponsor someone, make sure that you have that person to believe in the products, to believe in the company, and to believe in the potential of the business. People without belief, people will not continue to do the MBA business. People without belief very easily get hurt and get disappointed and then give up the business because it's very easy to join. And of course, it's very easy to get out. So don't get excited when you sponsor someone. Never. All right? Okay? Only when you get excited is you have that guy to sponsor downline. And if that downline doesn't have the belief, will not. That's why work in that. It's your challenge. Okay? So I want you to set a goal when you go back tonight. Started to sponsor people, and when I know you can sponsor people. All of you have proven you sponsor many people already. But I want you to, because after a while, like for example, Judy, are you still continue sponsoring people? You see, you know why? Because when you are new, it's easy to sponsor people. Hey, those who are new, you are new, right? You are new, right? It's easy. When you are new, it's easy for to sponsor people. But I do not want you to repeat their mistake. Because you can sponsor 5, and if all the 5 are not working down the line, are not building the business, you get disappointed. These are the people, but I want all of you to give them a big round of applause. Whether, Helen, Agnes, Nancy, Helen, Agnes, right? Agnes, and then Judy, and then Tita, Ron, and you all are very, I should say, very committed leader. So over the years, you have made the mistake. You sponsor many people, and you did not help them to build the belief, and that's the reason why your downline, most of them are inactive, and you got disappointed. But they have the perseverance power. Yeah. All right. They never give up. Never give up. So much of challenges and up and down. They continue. Okay. So But I want you to learn from them their attitude. But I do not want people like you to, repeat their mistakes. Okay? Sponsoring is not difficult. The real challenge is how to help the people sponsored by you to have the belief in the products. So don't jump to sponsor the next one and the next one and the next one. Spend time with the people sponsored by you. Look after your downline. Okay? Help your downline to believe in the business, to believe in the products, to believe in the future or the potential of the business. So if you understand this, in other words, I don't want to confuse you, I don't make it complicated. I just want you to understand that, okay, let's say if you start for fresh, let's say today, after today, and then you started to go back, and then for those of you who are new, I'm sure it's not a big deal to sponsor new people, but for those of you who have already in the business for quite some time, because you have, most of your prospects already signed up. Most of your friends already either, become your customer or rejected you already. So you may have to go and talk to people, maybe acquaintances or maybe even strangers to you. So it's a little bit difficult for them, really. It's a bit difficult for these people who have been this for a long time. And that's why I said this business, this training is very important for people like you who are new. Okay? Because if you really understand what I shared with you tonight, I tell you, it will help you to really grow. Because you will not repeat your mistake. And you do it right. So when you sponsor a new one, remember every time when you sponsor someone, help that person to believe in the products, to believe in the business. Once the person started to believe, I tell you, when people started to believe, they are excited. When your downline is excited, quickly help him to go down the line and help him to sponsor. You understand me, We call it work in depth. Susan, very important. I'm sure you have some downline already, but how many of your downline got third generation? A lot of people stop at the front line, at the most second line. No, you are the leader. Remember, you are the leader. You don't just take care of your front line. Down the line, because your front line yet to understand, yet to learn to become a leader. You are different because you are attending leadership training, not your downline. So your downline may not have the understanding yet. So of course your downline will not have the know-how to follow up, to have the downline sponsored by him to have the belief. So it's now your responsibility to not just helping your front line to believe in the products or the company or the business, but it's also your responsibility to go the second generation down the line to help the second generation to have the belief. Simple as that. Trust me, people make the business too complicated. They learn too many things. They talk too much, too many theories, focus on too many products, and that's the reason why, very difficult to become successful in every business. But for me, I think I like the business. I enjoy the business because it's very simple. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Right? So I don't want to make it complicated. I want to make it very simple. So there are certain things I keep repeating because it's important. Otherwise, why should I, keep repeating? Everywhere. I just had a big rally in Shanghai. 12,000 people attending the meeting. Oh, a lot of people got very, very excited. The message I given to the group was still the same. That, how I help my new people to believe in the business. So this is the same principle. Will never change. Whether it's in Philippines or in Vietnam or in China or in Tokyo or in Korea or in United States, I think it is the same. If the people join the business, doesn't have the belief, they will not do the business. So it's your challenge. I do not know how. I'm not going to teach you because you are in the business for many, some of you are in the business for some time. I want you to learn from all these successful leaders. So every time when your international leaders are here, you learn from the international leaders how to help your downline to believe. But in the first place, let me ask you this question. Do you believe? I think this is even a more important question. Like, do you believe? Right. So I mean, if you really have the belief, it should not be a big thing, to help your downline to believe. The only thing why you do not take it seriously because you are not aware of the importance of helping people to believe. In fact, you are good because you can sponsor and then you can build a business. But because you do not understand the importance of belief, the power of belief, and that's the reason why you sponsor, you keep sponsoring people. Now let me share with you this very important concept. For example, this is A and this is B. You know why? When you help A to believe, now let's say A is your friend, B is also your friend. Let's say B is also A's friend. That means it's your common friend because two of you all know B. Most of the time, many people will put B front line, right? Nothing wrong. But to me is, if you want to help A, then probably you want to help A to sponsor B. But you have to do it carefully. This is sometimes not easy to understand. I say this is leadership training. Okay, there's a reason why I want to restrict only 6% and above to attend this training, because I do not want the new people to attend this training, because it's very difficult for new people to understand this concept. It's my friend. Why should I, let my downline to sponsor? So a lot of people say, I should personally sponsor B. You should personally sponsor B. Yes, you can, but you can continue to sponsor B and then C and then D. So what? If none of your downline is successful, you have no success. Your success based on the success of your downline. Only when your downline is successful, only you will have a success. That's the philosophy of every business. You first. So your success, you build your success based on the success of your downline. So you want to help A, help him to believe and help him to sponsor. But do it carefully. There are certain concepts, You see, sometimes certain upline is like that because he got a lot of contacts and he's very, persuasive, he can convince people. So when you sponsor, let's say if you're somebody like that, you got the contacts and you know a lot of people. So you sponsor A and then you got B and C. And then you sponsor B and C and put under A. Can you do that? No, you have to do it carefully, because if you sponsor A and then B is your friend and A is also your friend, and you go bypass A and then you go straight to B, and then because of your leadership, your know-how, and you manage to convince B to sign up, join the business, and you put under A, that is wrong. Because if you do it this way, A gets something for nothing. That violates the principle of success. That violates the principle of Rich and J, of Amway. Because we believe that there is no such thing as a free lunch. There is no free ride in Amway. So you cannot simply put somebody under the line. We call it, this is stacking up. This is wrong. A lot of people have done that, because they have a lot of contacts. So they put everyone they know and they put down the line, create a lot of, I should say, human, misunderstanding and problem and challenges. This is not the right way. And even you do that, I tell everybody still go to you because you are the upline and you become very busy already. So this is the wrong way of helping the downline. So the right way is you go with A to present the business to B together. So that way A contribute, even though you are the one who really, do the presentation. You are the one who really influence and helping B to believe in Amway. But A, do something too. A, contribute something too. Right? So in other words, A sponsor B without like what I said just now, sit at home doing nothing and then waiting for upline you to provide him a downline. So remember, if you want to remember, I want you to build leaders. I don't want you to have a lot of downline. It's wasting your time. You can have 100 downline, also no use. So the concept is very important. So every time when you sponsor someone, and if you want to help that downline, make sure that you do it the right way. Make sure that the downline understand he is not getting something free. He played an important part. So he contributes something. All right? So, of course, when he's new, he may not know how to present the sales and marketing. You go ahead and do the presentation, but he can help you. Yeah, I agree. I agree with my upline. I agree. The products are good. I agree. All he needs to do is just I agree. It's good, right? And that will help B to be convinced, right? Because now 2% are doing the same thing, that Amway is a good business. So I think this is a very important concept. So don't put downline under another person, because that will create problem in the future, because that way A will never want to work anymore. He will wait for you to give him downline. And also, don't forget, B is also very important. I want you to understand that sometimes B is even more important than A. New people, to me, I always want to take care of the new people. The new people sometimes is more important. I'm not saying you are not important. I'm saying that because when the new people are important, in other words, when I help the new people, I help you. So when you help B, you help A. You see my point? So if you do it right, of course you will helping A. So I do not want to hurt B. Sometimes, when you go with A and then present the business to B, and then you have to make sure that you promote A. You know why? Because B may want to be sponsored by you. So B may say, I want you to be my sponsor. Because people always want to follow somebody who is, up the line, who has got the leadership, and you got the leadership. So it's important that when you go with A and you edify A, in Amway we talk about edification, you edify upline, but at the same time you also got to learn to edify your downline. In other words, you got to say something nice about your downline. You got to make sure that B has got the respect for A, that A is a good sponsor, A is responsible, A is active, A is good, A will be a good sponsor, things like that. So if you do it that way, then we are doing the right thing. But the concept here is every time when you sponsor someone, make sure you help that person to believe. And make sure that when that downline believe, go down the line and sponsor. That is the best way. Go deep. Deep. But most of you only go with. You keep sponsoring. Know that. As I explained this afternoon, I have only 20 downline and I achieve diamond. In other words, productivity is very high because I spend a lot of my time to look after the people sponsored by me. I follow up with my downline. In my mind, I want to help my downline to be successful. Of course, I cannot make people successful. So I got 20. Maybe the other 14 may not want to be successful or may not want to be that committed. That's their choice. I respect them. But at least I got 6. And then I work down 6. And sometimes your front line may not necessarily be the leader. It doesn't matter. Okay? You can go down, for example, C, D, because volume add from down up to you. If your downline 6%, you will be at least 6%. If the downline D, I don't care how many dip, it could be 6, it could be 7, it could be 10, If anyone achieve 200%, all the upline 200%. For example, Ricky Ng, because Yvonne is the upline of Ricky Ng. Because I sponsor my mother and my father. My father sponsored my neighbor, and my neighbor sponsored Yvonne, the sister, and the sister sponsored Ricky. So I think the 4th or 5th generation down the line. Okay, and after Ricky signed up, all the upline disappeared. Of course, my mom is still, but my mom is, I make a mistake lah. I explain to you what mistake I made during the early days when I started the business. But what I want to share with you this concept is, when Ricky started to grow, I spent a lot of my time work down the line, and I built up Ricky Ng to become a leader. So when Ricky qualified 20%, all the upline are 20%, including Yvonne. But unfortunately, at that time, she doesn't know. She was not active. I think she became active only after when Ricky became founders Double Diamond, EDC. All right, that was 20 years later, 27 years later. So Yvonne became active after 27 years. That's too long, but never too late. Now is the best time. All right. So remember that. And every time when you go down the line, don't give up the upline. So the mistake I make, I give up the upline. I should have continued to, Yes, possible. You know why? Because she got the leadership. She got the leadership. I think she got better leadership than Ricky Ng because she got the background, she got the education, she got the contact. Unfortunately, it took her 27 years because my fault. I didn't follow up with her. Now, in fact, if I were to follow up with her long time ago, Yvonne become active for it. You know why? Because she got one active downline. It's easier. Can you imagine if your downline is active? If your downline is 9%, you probably very excited, right? Yes. But if you do not know, then you will never get excitement. You see my point? So it's my mistake. Sorry about that. So come back to just now, I talked about the mistake that I have made during the early days. When I first started, when I really, understand the values of VIP business, and when I really be convinced by the potential, I got very excited, and I got the belief. So if this is so good, who should I share the business with? Of course, my brothers, my sisters, and my parents. So straight away I said, this is the best. I should get all my family members to sign up. And I was so excited. I talked to my brother. Say, hey, big brother already paid for the starter kit. You don't have to worry, just sign up. It's good for you. Yes, it's good for him. So that's how I sponsor my brothers, how I sponsor my sister, and how I sponsor my parents. My parents say, what is M? You don't ask so much. Sign. This is the best thing. So my parents signed up. My brother signed up. Unfortunately, I didn't explain to them. Then that was my mistake. Otherwise, today probably my brothers, Ricky Ng is already so successful. So my brother always, he needs just to sponsor a few more people, he could become very successful. But I was so busy building the business, I didn't really, sometimes, we don't want to spend too much time, explain things to our own family members. That's bad. Right? Don't make my mistake. Okay? Make sure that you all go back and convince your parents and your wife and your husband or your brothers and sisters. Okay? So anyway, let's come back to the organization. ALOV. A is what? A is attitude. OV. So now you got the volume and then you got the organization. And then when we talk about the organization, I want you to focus on 3. Of course, don't stop at 3. But when you are so busy in building that, of course you can slow down personal sponsoring. But if your downline are not going down, then you have no choice. You got to continue to sponsor people. Because very likely you have not yet learned how to help your people sponsored by you to believe in the business and the product, and that's the reason you cannot go deep. Trust me, if your downline started to have the belief, I tell you, you can go deep.
But if your downline doesn't have the belief, then you have no choice. You got to keep sponsoring new people. But once your downline got the belief, then you work down the line and sponsor the second generation. And don't stop at second gen, go 9 again. So when you become very busy because you got 3 active line, then I will encourage you spend most of your time focus on the 3. Go deep, work with them. That way you grow. All you need to do is you got 3 6%er plus yourself 6%er. You are 12%er. Okay, so I want you to at least aim for 12%er at this moment, and continue to attend my training, and probably very soon you will qualify 20%. And by the way, very good news to you. I talked to Lenny this afternoon. She's very excited. She said, now our chief offering officer, Doug and Steve, all the top management, like John Parker and then Mike Kaiser, all these people, they are very excited about Philippine market. One of the most exciting market for them. So they want to really invest money and help us to build a business. So I think they will help us to maybe I already asked Lenny to contact you, okay, to work out a plan, how we can maybe to have a LRS leadership seminar. So in other words, we are going to have probably in September, we are going to have a leadership seminar, not in Makati, maybe outside Makati. So we want to go. Yeah, 2 days, 1 night, of course. 2 days, 1 night. Okay, 2 days, 1 night. But you have to qualify. Otherwise, you have to pay. Okay. Yeah. Of course. There are some new people. They are new, but they want to join us. Or your downline, your prospects, your friends. They are welcome to join us. And then we will go to a nice, resort, and then we stay for 1 night. That kind of training is even more effective. So Susan, maybe you can bring 10. If your people if 10 qualify, then you bring all the 10. So it's no guarantee that I don't know how is the mechanics, how you can qualify, but at least the company can help to subsidize. Maybe you pay half, the company pay half, something like that.
We'll work it out.
I tell you, there's no such deal in overseas. Right?
No.
China, no such thing. China got this kind of thing or not? No. Taiwan? No, never. Company never give us this kind of benefit one. Malaysia? No, never. The company never, give us this kind of support. That's why I said this is the best place, the best time to build the MBA business in the Philippines. So make sure that you capitalize on the, what we are having now, and then focus and spend more time and build your MBA business. So ALOV, you build the organization. I will spend more time in future to talk more about how you can build a web. But I want you to focus more on leadership, because you can have the organization but no leadership. You just have the numbers. You may have a lot of people. So sometimes people who are in the business long enough may have big organization. Oh, I got 100 people. So what? How many leaders do you have? How many leaders do you produce? I think this is the key word. If your organization doesn't have a leaders, I tell you, you'll be in trouble. You'll be very busy. Okay? But Susan, now you're a leader. But I want to make sure that you go deep. And I want to make sure that your downline got leaders also.
Yes, I will.
The best concept of this business is there's a definition by a very successful CEO of GE, Jack Welch. You heard of him? Jack Welch, very famous CEO in the world. And he says something like that. What do you mean by success? Success is before you are a leader. Before you are a leader, growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is about growing others. Don't you think this is a beautiful concept? What is success? Before you are a leader, growing yourself. You want to grow yourself to become a leader. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others. In other words, when you become a leader, then you just help others to become a leader. So, What is Amway? People talk about, build Amway, build volume, build organization. I tell you, it's got a better way to build Amway business. It's not just to build organization or to build volume, but to build people. So there's a saying in Amway that Amway built the people. The people built the business. When I first started, I got no leadership. Thanks to my upline, thanks to this great Amway opportunity. By building the Amway business, I faced a lot of challenges, and then a lot of problems, a lot of discipline, and my upline encouraged me, my upline, teach me a lot, and then encourage me to, read books and then learn from the successful. So slowly, step by step, I become a leader. When I become a leader, and then I start to help others people to become a leader. So, what is Amway? It's not people helping people. It's people building people. So Amway built the people built the business. So thanks to Amway, thanks to my upline, Amway and my upline helped to build my leadership. So when I become leader, I help my downline to become leaders. So it's a phrase in Amway that we don't build business, we build people. Very important concept. We don't build business, we don't build volume, we don't build organization, we build people. So I want to help to build yourself up to become a leader. So grow yourself to become a leader. So don't get disappointed because of rejection or because of problems or challenges, because that gives you the opportunity to become a leader. I tell you, people will not grow when the time is good. You grow only when you face challenges. You agree with me? No?
Yes.
So, time is good. No challenge, you never grow. But when you face challenge, you have to face it. Okay? So we call it leadership. You got to be a leader first. As far as leadership is concerned, I think attitude is even more important. If you are negative, you may be very good, you can talk, very influential, but how about your attitude? If a leader attitude is poor, then you cannot expect your downline's attitude to be good. There's no such thing. So start from you. When you are a leader, make sure that you have good attitude. Make sure that you are positive. Make sure that, when you face challenge, don't complain. Ask yourself the question, have you ever complained? Have you ever said something negative? If you start to complain, will that help your business or not? Will that help to motivate your downline or not? Yes or no? No. So stop complaining. Stop blaming the products of the company or the environment. Make sure that you cultivate positive attitude. So this is a big topic. It's not easy, but I hope that you understand that if you want to become successful in Amway business, remember the concept of ALOV. So if you understand that, you have very good attitude, and then you start to develop yourself, you become a good leader, you start to sponsor people, you go down the line, you have your downline to believe in the business, believe in the product, you start to sell, your downline start to produce volume, you build volume, so you have volume, you have organization, you have leadership, you have good attitude. That's how you become successful in every business. And you do that, your business, your volume will be sustainable, okay, will stay. So hopefully that tonight's sharing help you to understand better.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Good. All right. Because this room is only up to 9 o'clock, so I would love to continue, but we have to give the room back because, frankly speaking, just a few of us, and then we rent out the big room. Right. So we say thank you to Amway.
Yeah.
Give them a big round of applause. Definitely, I really want you to appreciate, you are given this opportunity, okay? And hopefully that my training tonight will help you to gain more confidence.
Yes.
Okay? So remember, the next meeting, you have to requalify. I hope to see you. Okay, and I'll be disappointed if I don't see you. If I don't see you, that means you do not move up or do not even qualify. So this is the last time that you need to requalify 6%, because by July you may have to move up to 9%. I know it's a little bit challenging, but it's good for you. Yes or no?
Yes.
You have the confidence?
Yes.
Dare to take up the challenge?
Yes.
Okay, that's very good. So for that, I will end my presentation. I'll see you in the next meeting. Thank you.